Hey, thanks for checking out this video. Today we're going to be talking about 2023 KTM 350 XCF. I'm going to do a little voiceover. This is my first day out in the woods riding my bike after doing the suspension. So since the 2023 still has the air fork, before 24s they switched over to the spring conversion, which is essentially what I'm hearing is a 6500 kit. Well, it was between the 6500 kit, a set of cone valves, or KYB conversion. I talked to my local suspension tuner, and while he said all were a great option, he would recommend the KYB setup. And I asked why, and he just said overall feel and performance, he's had the best luck with the KYBs, and that's what he's running on his personal motorcycle. So I said, all right, fair enough. I was pretty much sold on the 6500 kit. Cone valves, if I could get a decent price on the used set, I was thinking about it. But what kind of steered me away from that was I saw a lot come up for sale, and I don't know, for some reason it just kind of turned me off that why are so many people selling a set of cone valves? Maybe it's the price, they don't think it was worth it. Well, that's where I don't want to make the mistake other people have already made. And if you have a set of cone valves and you love them, I'm sure they're great. I would love to try a set one day, but this time decided to go a different route. So next went 6500 kit, started debating on that. Everybody seemed to have really good things to say, so it was an option. But what really sold me was my suspension tuner personally uses the KYB setup. I have sold, but a 2023 YZ250F motocross bike with the KYBs, and I've really enjoyed riding that bike with that suspension. So I decided to pull the trigger on a KYB conversion setup for my 23 350, and let me tell you, it's pretty great. Let's start off with, I didn't get on the bike and immediately say, oh my god, this is life-changing, but what I did notice is I just felt a little more comfortable. Then I really started to zone in on why I felt more comfortable. They were very supple. When you hit roots and sharp edges, everything just felt a little more muted, right? And I don't mean dull. I don't mean that at all. I just mean you're not feeling it come up through the forks into your hands, which for me is great because my biggest complaint with the air fork, long hair scramble, it just gets harsher as the day goes on. And then the next day, wrists, arms, they're just sore. So that was the first thing I noticed. Second thing is just the confidence. It kind of gave me that confidence of the YZ, where point that bike wherever I wanted, and it felt so connected to the ground. That was great. And when I did hit some bigger hard hits, it just wasn't as harsh. It soaks it up. I did bring the bike out to a motocross track as well. I was actually bottoming the suspension on one of the larger tabletops. I don't know how big the tabletop is. It's between 50 and 75 feet. And the only reason I knew I was bottoming it was because when I came back in, my little indicators on the shock, they were fully maxed out, done. And I couldn't even tell while I was riding. Usually it'd be pretty harsh when you bottom a suspension. But it didn't, it never felt harsh. So that all around was fantastic because it's giving me more confidence, right? Mid-corner, turn in, and then even some hard hits. And I'm making this video the day after, and I can tell you my arms, wrists, hands, no soreness whatsoever. So that is a huge win for me so far. Now let's move on to the shock. The shock I didn't do very much to. Revalved it and did the bladder kit. The spring was fine for my weight, so we left that alone. The biggest thing I can tell you is my ass feels connected to that rear wheel. The traction is very predictable. I can just feel more out of that rear end, which I guess I didn't notice it before, but it just felt kind of numb. So that was just, a quick rundown of my thoughts. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I can get back to you. And in the rest of the video, you'll see me doing a little riding. We'll cut. I did some timing of my normal little 2-minute lap time through the woods. Same course, just to keep apples to apples. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you're not.